What are we doing?
I'm nervous.
Oh, should be. Yes, I'm really bringing out the freaking nerves in everybody. All right, Jason Rossi here at the House of Blues, the Alt 929 show tonight with Kaleo, and opening for Kaleo is Bishop Briggs. And lucky for me and for you listening, we have Bishop here with me in the hallway, in the entrance of the House of Blues. Bishop, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Honestly, I'm really good. Let me tell you about me. So I want to know. Nobody cares about me. They're here. They want to know about you. So just tell me a little bit, like a whirlwind of a life you've had. Like I'm standing next to you right now. You've lived in multiple countries. You've never performed in Boston before. This is your first performance there. So tell me just a little bit about your life.
Wow. Yeah, well, for me, it's all I've ever known. And it wasn't until I moved to the U.S. that I found out that it was strange. But I was born in London, and then I lived in Japan for 6 years, Hong Kong 8 years.
Wait, can you tell me that in Japanese or in Hong Kongian? Like, I don't know what they speak there. I'm really, really uneducated.
No. They speak Mandarin and Cantonese there.
Delicious food.
Yeah, they do have delicious food. I can't, because I did study French. I know, it's the worst. But I do know how to tell a taxi driver where to go. I know my way around. A lot of people speak English there. But yeah, I know. I'm a disappointment.
Okay, well, you speak French fluently? And no, you don't fluently, no.
No. I took 5 years of it in school, but that does not mean... I mean, I can order a croissant, yes. Like, very successfully. But that could be just about it.
Okay, so give me a little timeline. So when were you in Hong Kong?
Okay, so I was in Hong Kong basically for middle school and high school. I graduated in 2010, and then I moved to LA, and I've been there for 5 years. And this is year 6.
Holy smokes. So going from Hong Kong to LA, now you are Bishop Briggs, and you're touring the world, performing music. Where did the music come from? Where's your influences in music? Is it from Hong Kong?
Well, in my household, there was a lot of Motown music going on, and in Japan, it was all about the karaoke bars. That's where you would hit it up. If it was someone's 8th birthday, there were things going on. So it was a really good time for music, but it was a lot of soul music.
Okay, so that's not a cliche, like the whole karaoke bar in Japan, like that's a real thing.
Yes. Oh my God, is that cliched?
I feel like here in, like Boston, we pretend like we know everything, but I feel like we know nothing, but we like pretend like we do because we're Boston, we're strong, we know everything, but and we beat the horn a lot. But honestly, like I feel like every time I hear about like, oh, the Japanese karaoke bar, we can like a lot of like Japanese influenced or Chinese generically speaking restaurants have karaoke in them, and I'm just like, why is this? Is that really what it's like? But you're confirming it a little bit.
Yes. In Japan, at least, I can vouch that karaoke bars are very in.
Interesting. Did you celebrate any birthdays at a karaoke bar?
Probably every single one, yes.
What did you sing?
Well, at the time, so this is younger me, so imagine like Star Search wannabe type of person. I would sing Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston. Decided to start small, obviously. Yeah, I don't want to set the standard too high, but it was terrible. I did such a bad job. I've seen videos of it. It's very bad, yes.
There's video footage of this.
No, I wish I hadn't revealed that. Yes, there is. Perhaps my dad has footage, but hopefully it stays in the abyss.
Okay, so basically the mission is over the next probably 2 to 3 years as your career grows and your name gets bigger, we're going to need to see that. That's going to come out. It's going to be huge. Put it on your own YouTube. Don't let some like jerk on like Reddit get it. Yeah. Like you need to be the one that releases it because that will be huge.
God. No, it will not. It will not. And if anything, I will lose followers when they see it.
But you'll gain fans. That's what it's about. Followers, man, they're overrated. No. And like the stalkers, you got to be careful. Yeah. But now let's get down to now. 2016, you're here in Boston performing tonight at the House of Blues with Kaleo. Where's your head at now? Like you have music out there, people are ingesting your music, they're probably music, they're probably singing along with you. Like what is that like?
That is the dream. I mean, that is what makes everything worth it. You know, I lived in LA, as I told you. This is year 6, but for 5 of those 6 years, you know, I was playing to these empty audiences, and I don't even mean just in numbers, like literally, like they were not there to watch me. They were there to work on their computer or do things. So I feel like in a way it makes me appreciate it so much more. I do think I would appreciate it regardless, just because that is who I am, but there is something to say about when you have seen the dark side of it, that you really, really appreciate the light. And so that's why walking into a place like this, I just can't believe I'm here. And even in Boston, like it was a huge goal of mine to, visit Boston and perform here because I just love the people so much. And so to be here is just awesome.
Why Boston? What do you like about those people? Because we can be tough, but when it comes to music, we are here. Like, this show is sold out. People are excited for tonight.
Well, the thing is, my whole perspective on life is if you are authentic, you can't lose. And I think that's what I love so much about Boston is there are a lot of things that people can say about Boston, but they would never say that they're inauthentic. You know, they're truly themselves. And that's what I'm drawn to.
I like that. Now, River, the song. First off, how do you sing that night in, night out? Because I feel like you're screaming in moments when I'm listening. We play the song and I'm listening to it, and I hit that button, and I know I'm like, should I turn my headphones down a little bit? Because she comes at you in the song. Like, tell me a little bit of like when you were writing that. It seems like you were really like trying to get somebody's attention, let's say, with that song. What went into the writing or the story behind that song a little bit? Well,
that was actually the first song that I wrote with Mark Jackson and Ian Brendan Scott, who are the producers behind the song. And for that to be our first song we ever wrote, we thought maybe we have something, but we still had no idea. And I still don't know if we have something, but I just knew.
You have something.
Okay, well, thank you. I just knew it was a lot of fun to sing, and I felt this aggression that I always wanted to have in a track. I mean, I grew up listening to Janis Joplin, and so to incorporate that in some way. But as far as your question on if I'm screaming and how do I keep it up, I do warm up for an hour before the show, and then after the show, I try to be on complete vocal rest. But thankfully, it doesn't hurt when I'm singing. I always tell people it sounds so much worse than it is. But I think maybe the main thing I strain from is like yelling at the crowd, like getting so hyped that I'm just like, let me hear you. And that is generally not good for the voice. But I just have to do it every night.
Well, that makes you probably who you are. Like, you seem like someone that's very passionate, very like in that moment. I can just feel it right here. And it's like to do that in front of all these people, especially when you're going to new cities, in front of new fans, it must be like really hard not to just scream and be like so excited.
Exactly, yes. And something that I have to kind of tone down is like I just have this huge smile because I'm just so excited, but then I'm so angry at the song. So it's just this confusing mix of like sadness, anger, and happiness and bliss all at once.
Sounds like people that are in your age group's life, I feel like, and there's a couple of them around us now. But now, when you first heard like River on the radio, because that song's taken off, like that song is big time. Like that is one of those songs that like we like get requests. There's like, you know, the fans. I don't know if you have a name for your fans. We'll just call them the double B brigade. You just always got to go with the B's.
Sounds catchy.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm trying here. But honestly, like people like will be like, "Oh, you got to play this. Have you heard this song?" And I love to hear fans say that. So when we play the record, and probably somewhere in the world, you have driven around, you've heard your music on the actual radio, not through a streaming service, not through like someone be like, "Hey, let's listen to your music." Like, what was that feeling like?
Well, I was actually leaving rehearsal, and it was in Los Angeles, the first time I ever heard it. And I pulled over to the side of the road. I was trying to film the dashboard, and I thought it would be a cool video, but it's just so embarrassing because I'm trying to show what my reaction is, because the problem is, like, you're not expecting it ever.
Sure.
And as you can probably tell, like, I'm never expecting these type of things. So it was a surreal experience. It was very cool.
So what do you think is a worse for you? You singing at a birthday, some Whitney Houston, or you hearing your song on the radio for the first time?
Okay, I'm definitely going to go with the Whitney Houston one because I had buck teeth. That one is like a little...
You don't have buck teeth now, though. What happened?
Braces. Years and years of braces.
Go to the dentist.
And yeah, so I think that was more of an awkward time in my life. And the problem was, like, I had this confidence that it was going well, and it really wasn't. And so I feel like that's more embarrassing.
It's kind of like half of the interviews I do. Like, I feel like things are going well, but they're probably not. Like, I'm going to listen to this later, and I'm going to be like, it's atrocious. But you did really well. It's just me. Like, I need to work on me. But I know what you mean.
God.
But we can do that all the time. I'm sure, like, you've seen so many videos of yourself, and you're like, oh, this or oh, that. Or
yes. I mean, I'm my biggest self-critic, you know.
That's good.
But I still think that your BB Brigade is the strongest band name you could have ever picked.
You got it.
So I'm really glad that you came up with that, especially on here right now.
This is it. You will now have to take this. You'll remember Jason Rossi at all929. Just in case anybody grabs this in, if you make sure you put that.
You said.
Double B Brigade. All right, it's the or you can just go BB Brigade, whoever people want to say it. I'm surprised I'm saying these words with my. But anyways, listen, Bishop Briggs, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day. We're super excited to have you here in Boston and just kill it tonight. This sold out crowd here at the House of Blues.
Are you coming?
They're gonna love. Oh yeah, we're here. And these people are gonna. It's just gonna be an exciting show. So thank you again.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.